Hey guys and gals, CrewNYC here again doing another marker overview. What I have in front of me is the Planet Eclipse Geo3, and this is a somewhat older marker since Planet Eclipse came out, the 3.1, the 3.5, and the GSL. But this is still a tried and true platform. The only difference between this and the 3.1, 3.5, and GSL is it still uses the macro line. It doesn't have the new air transfer tube, and it doesn't have the new foregrip. But don't knock the Geo3. It's still a great shooting marker. So let's go ahead with this. So as you saw, the case is beautiful. It's one of the best cases out there that I've seen that markers come in. So basically, in the box, you get a two-piece barrel, shaft 4. And I believe it is bored at 689. You also get a beautiful manual that's very well detailed in color. If anything happens to your marker, this will definitely get you through it. And if this doesn't, then anybody on the forums online should be able to help you out. Even Planet Eclipse customer service should be able to. If you have a paintball store nearby, a pro shop, you could go to them also. It should be a fairly easy fix if anything bad happens to it. I would go to Stingray, Stingray Ops in Brooklyn. I'm not trying to promote them, but they're the closest one to me to some degree. And I know they are Planet Eclipse certified. So here's the marker itself. Alright. And over here you have the solenoid flow restrictor, and what that does is right now it's in stock position, which is up, which is when the bolt cycles the fastest, and if you turn it down it will slow down the bolt, giving you a softer shot, especially if you're trying to shoot like really brittle tournament paint. I have an aftermarket Exalt foregrip on here. It's just a cover, a sleeve that goes over it, gives you a little bit of grip. This is the HPR with a 45-degree swivel collar, which is great. The Pops ASA, one of the best ASA on the markets in my opinion. Just right now it's in the open position. Just do it like so, and you air up, you push the button, and it opens up again. Nothing special about the body. You know, the milling's nice. It's got a great clamping feet neck. There you go. Also with an adjustable knob on the side, so you don't have to use an Allen key to fine tune it, I guess, to tighten it down on your hopper. Bolt out back. I just hand tighten it, so it's really easy. All you have to do is just twist, turn it a couple times. Like so, it'll come right out. There you got the prop shaft, and if you put your finger in through the front, then just reach in through the back, you'll pull out the can and the bolts itself. This is the stock bolt and can that comes with it. I know they have the new IV core, which I have, and I'll show you that in a little bit, so I'll leave this out for now. Also in the case, you get a little bit, well, actually you get a good amount of grease. You get a very nice parts kit, and you also get a soft tip bolt for shooting brittle paint. So here's a little trick not a lot of people know when you first get a Planet Eclipse. So it's got a OLED, actually I think it's more like an LCD display on the back. Most people just hold it down to power it up. You know, is my battery dead? Oh. So yeah, you hold it down. I don't know if the screen will show. There you go. And then it powers up. Then you hold it down again. And then you press it once and it turns off. So here's a little trick. Instead of holding it down, if you want to turn it on, just press it twice. And it doesn't want to work for me when it's on camera. There you go. Press it twice, it turns on. Press it twice again, and then press it once, it turns off. No need to hold down the button. It's really easy to program. It's self-explanatory. Up, down, select. Okay? So that's a marker in a nutshell. And this is the new Planet Eclipse IV core, which is the bolt system that is in the GSL and the 3.5. You can get this and it fits every Geo out there, from the very first one to the newest one. Let's pop this open. So what you have in here is the new IV core soft tip bolt. Let's compare that to the stock one. So you can see it has a different tip on the front. Supposedly they made it better because this one supposedly would come off easy. This one is a little harder to come off. It's got venting on the back compared to the stock one. So that's a nice little addition. So let's put the old one aside, put the new one here. Get a new prop shaft, nice green. Compared to, how do I do this? The old prop shaft. So the green one's the new IV core prop shaft. The bottom one is the stock prop shaft. And just what I do. The new bolt. I don't think it's that big of a difference from the old bolt. Just added venting. Yep. Sorry, doing this on the fly here. Trying to do it all in one take. Alright, so let's put the new IV core in. So basically what you have to do was take the old can, the stock can that came with your Geo, and you take the new bolt, put a little bit of grease on it. This is already greased a little bit, I think. And if not, you can either use the grease that came with your Planet Eclipse marker, or I like to use this good stuff, monkey poo. You don't need much. What was I going to do? Oh god, I'm so scatterbrained right now. Alright, I was going to put a little bit onto the bolt since it looked a little dry. Just enough so it looks wet. Get that nice wet shiny look on the O-ring. Then you take the old can, the original can, slide the bolt in, take the new IV core prop shaft, just place that in. Really simple. I'll wipe off a little bit of grease from the tip. Then just slide it right back in and hand tighten it. You don't need to use a tool to tighten this down. No need to crank it down. There you go, nicely hand tightened. Excuse me. Let's clean up a little bit of gunk here. So let's see how it looks with the barrel. And the other thing about Planet Eclipse barrels are they are threaded counterclockwise. So just letting you know now, that way when you get it, you don't turn it clockwise and accidentally tighten down your two-piece barrel and then have to get those rubber grippy thingies to separate your barrel again. There you go, Geo3 with the new IV core. Alright, like I said, there's nothing really special to talk about here. It's just a really great shooting platform. It's never failed me. I joke about it being the Tipman of speedball markers, except of higher quality. Air efficiency is okay. It's not the best. I haven't had a chance to test it with the IV core, since I play on fields where I basically go and refill my air after 2 rounds or so, and I run a 77-4500 also, so I've never had an issue with air, and I usually carry about 4 to 6 pods on the field at any time. But the Geo3 is a very good marker. I would suggest it, especially now with the 3.1, 3.5, the GSL out. You know, the prices on the 3 have gone down, so you could probably get it at retail for a pretty good price, or even find a good used one on any kind of buy-sell trade forums, BSTs, for pretty good also. I'm not sure what the going price is now. I'm guessing about 500, 600 average used. And then you could just get an IV core. I forget how much it was. Is there a price on this? No. I will put it in the description below, the price for the IV core. And I think it's a worthwhile investment. Also, what I forgot to mention is on the back of the IV core, you can actually adjust it also in regards to how much air the can holds. I left that stock. I would just leave it at stock, my opinion only. I mean, if you feel like tinkering with it to try and get a smoother shot, better efficiency, you can, but I feel like it operates perfectly as is. And I don't usually like to mess with my markers too much. If it comes out of the box and it shoots fine, that's it. And as I put more cases through it, the marker shoots better and better because the O-rings break in a little more, and the marker becomes a little more efficient. And then after that, if I feel like tinkering with the dwell or any other settings, then I will go ahead and do it then, once the marker has been broken in. Alright, so in a little bit I will do a shooting video, and I will shoot it with the stock bolt, and then I will shoot it with the IV core, and hopefully the camera can pick up the difference in sound signature, and I will tell you whether I feel a difference in the shot feel. Alright, thank you. Oh yeah, one more thing before I go, and see this also in the IV core package, you get extra soft tips. So in case of the tip on the soft tip bolt comes off, you can replace it. It's got 2 new ones. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, it also came with O-rings, which seems to have fallen out. But yes, it does come with extra O-rings. Alright, so let me go get ready for the shooting video. Hey guys, CrewNYC here. I'm going to do a shooting video of the Geo3 with the stock bolt. Here you go, die rotor. Once again, Ninja 77-4500. I only have about 2,000 PSI left in here. Pops ASA, and this is the version 2 ball valve reg. And let me show you. It's not easy to turn this on. So what I got to do is really put a little bit of pressure on there. And now it's aired up. Let's turn the rotor on. Turn the marker on. Let's see how it goes. Alright, there you go. Geo3 with the stock bolt. I don't know if you can hear it that well, but there's a little bit of kick to it, but it's not that bad. It's pretty light. And now we'll switch it out to the IV core and see what the difference is. Alright guys, I'm back. I have the new IV core installed in the back. The difference is stock bolt has a black cap and the IV core has a silver cap. So everything's aired up. Rotor's on, marker's off. Turn around the marker. Marker's on. Alright, let's see how it sounds. So what I can tell immediately is the kick is even lighter. There's even less of a kick. Sound signature to me sounds a little more airier. And right now the solenoid flow restrictor is on stock at the fastest. If I can show you that right there. It's at the 12 o'clock position. The bolt I'm using is the stock bolt that came with the IV core, not the soft tip. I'm using the regular bolt. And I did the same with the stock bolt also. The stock system, everything was stock. So everything right now is stock, no soft tip bolt. Alright, there you go. Geo3 with the IV core. Cheers.